Hello everyone. In this session, we're going to do functions. These are the questions which were asked in 2020 exam, that is 2019/2020 exam. And the first question was determining whether the function, that one, is odd, even, or neither even nor odd. Then the second question is determine whether that function is one-to-one or not. So basically, this is what we're going to focus on, determining the function, whether it is even or odd or not even or odd, okay? And also determining whether the function is one-to-one or not one-to-one. Alright, so before we can do these questions, let us try to understand something even before we can do these questions. So what you need to understand is this. Okay. Alright, let's get started. So what you need to understand about even and odd functions. So we are doing functions. So the what are known as even functions and also what are called odd functions. What is it about even functions? So when you're talking about even functions, these functions, if you find, let's say, f of negative x, in that function, when you substitute negative x in that function, it will be equal to the function itself, which is f of x. Now let's look at odd functions. Now for odd functions, in that function, when you substitute negative x, f of negative x, it will be equal to f, actually negative f of x. If you are able to find this is known as an odd function. Then let's understand the second question, which was talking about one-to-one function. When you have one-to-one, how can you know that this function is one-to-one? So for one-to-one function, if you find f of a, let's say a, it should be equal to, let's say, f of b. And for it to be one-to-one, meaning that a must be equal to b. So if you're able to satisfy this condition, or if rather a function is able to satisfy this condition, then that function is called a one-to-one. Let's now answer these questions. We've known what to do. Okay, the first question was determine whether the function f of x is equal to x squared minus 4 divided by x cubed is even, odd, or neither even nor odd, and it had 3 marks. This is from 2020 exam, that is the math 1120. Okay, let's solve this question. So the function was f of x is equal to x squared minus 4 over x cubed. Then we are determining if this function is f of x, or if this function is even or odd. Let's determine for even function. Let's start with even. So we said for even function, f of x, f of negative x rather, f of negative x must be equal to f of x for this function to be even. Okay, so let's substitute. This is for even function. Okay, so let's substitute. We're going to say f, where there's x we substitute negative x, then it will be equal to, where there's x we substitute negative x, then square minus 4, okay, over, where there's x we substitute negative x, then cubed. And if you evaluate this, the answer will be negative x squared, that is just x squared, minus 4 there, over negative x cubed, that is just negative x cubed. Okay, so give us a negative. You can see that this is not equal to that, because on the denominator you have negative x squared cubed. Okay, it is not equal. So what can we conclude? We're able to conclude that f of negative x is not equal to f of positive x. Okay, these are not equal. So what can we say if they are not equal? We say this is not what? Not an even function. Not an even function. Now let's identify, or let's find out if this function is an odd function. Let me just wrap this part. So you've discovered that this function is not an even function. So we have that f of negative x was giving us x square minus 4 over negative what? X cubed. Now, for odd function, when you're talking about odd function, we said that f of negative x must be equal to negative f of x. Okay, this is for odd function. Now let's find out. So we're going to say we've already determined what f of negative x is. Let's find out what negative f of x is. So in this function, just say negative outside, then you multiply everything by the negative outside. So it will be like that, over x cubed there. So it will be equal to negative multiplied by x squared, that is negative x squared, negative multiplied by negative 4, that is plus 4, over x what? Cubed. Okay, let's do something here interesting. Okay, so this, what we found is negative f of x, but we can do some manipulation here. Okay, let's manipulate this f of negative x to see what it will give us. Okay, we don't write the negative in the denominator, so let's try to manipulate it. So let me just rub this. Okay, so I'm going to say f of negative x will be equal to, this negative will take it up on the numerator, so it will be negative x squared minus 4 over x cubed. We don't write the negative on the numerator. Okay, so it will be equal to f of negative x. So it's better to write it on the numerator instead of denominator. So it will be equal to negative multiplied by x squared. It will be negative x squared. Let me just write it here. Okay, then negative multiplied by negative 4, that is plus 4 over x cubed. We can say that f of negative x is equal to negative f of x. It is equal. Okay, this one and that one are just the same. So what are we able to conclude? We're able to conclude this. So we're able to say f of negative x is equal to negative f of x. So if this is the condition which it satisfies, therefore the function is what? An odd function. So this is an odd function we've determined. Okay, now let's solve the next question, which was, so this one we've determined it's an odd function. That's the answer. It is an odd. Let's now determine for question B, but Roman numeral 2, which is f of x is equal to that 3x plus 2 over x minus 1. Then we are saying x is not equal to 1. Is this function 1 to 1 or not? Okay, is it 1 to 1 or not? So let's find out. So for 1 to 1 function, let me write first this function. It is f of x is equal to 3x plus 2 over x minus 1. We said that for 1 to 1, f of a must be equal to f of b, and this must give a to be equal to b. This is for 1 to 1, for the function to be 1 to 1. Okay, so this is what we are going to do here. So basically we're going to substitute. We are saying f of a must be equal to f of what? B. So let's substitute where there is x, a, and also where there is x, substitute also b. So this is what we are going to do. So if we substitute, what are we going to get? So we're going to say f of a will be equal to what? Will be equal to 3, where there is x, we substitute a, plus 2, where there is x, we substitute a, minus 1. And this must be equal to f of b. F of b, where there is x, we're going to substitute b, like that. Okay, we substitute b, again, plus 2, where there is x, we substitute b, minus 1. Okay, so that is what we have. So basically what we are going to have is 3a plus 2 over a minus 1 is equal to 3b plus 2 over b minus 1. So what are we going to do here? We cross multiply. So a minus b, a minus 1, we multiply by this numerator on the other function. So it will be a minus 1 multiplied by 3b plus 2, which will be equal to b minus 1, we are close multiplying, multiplied by 3a plus 2. So we are going to say a multiplied by 3b, that is just 3ab, then a multiplied by 2, a multiplied by 2, that is just 2a, then negative 1 multiplied by 3b, that is negative 3b, then negative 1 multiplied by 2, that is negative 2, is equal to, on this side, b multiplied by 3a, that is 3ab, then b multiplied by 2a, that will be plus 2, 2, b multiplied by 2, that is 2b, then minus negative 1 multiplied by 3a, that is just negative 3a, then we have negative 1 multiplied by 2, that is just negative 2. Okay, we can see that if this 2 goes to this side, it will be plus, and they are going to cancel with the negative 2 here. So we can cancel out this, because when it goes to the other side of the equation, it will cancel out. And also, we can cancel out which other value here? 3b, and also this 3b, because they are on opposite side of the equation. So when this goes to this side, it will be minus, and it's going to cancel with 3b, and to just give 0. So we can cancel out that, so that we simplify the equation. Okay, so what we are going to remain with is 2a, then minus 3b is equal to, here this side is 2b minus 3a. Okay, so this is what we have. So what we're going to do now here is that we're going to correct the like terms. So it will be 2a. This 3 will come this side. It will be now plus 3a. Okay, so plus 3a is equal to 2b. This negative 3b will go to the other side to be plus 3b. So 2a plus 3a, that is just 5a, is equal to 2b plus 3b, that is just 5b. We can divide on both sides by 5, on both sides by 5. So 5 and 5 can cancel. We'll remain with a is equal to b. Remember now, we said that if here is what we said, okay? We said that if f of a is equal to f of b and a is equal to b, then the function is 1 to 1, and as we can see here, a is equal to b. So this function is what? 1 to 1. So we have definitely shown that this function is 1 to 1 function. That is it for this session. Thank you very much for watching.